Hi, my name is Maureen Costa, and first of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to that I've been selected to at least apply for this position. Enjoyed watching your webinar, and I thought it was really informative. And I'm glad I actually, regardless of the outcome, I'm glad I now have that additional information because I totally agree with the philosophy. So, to start, the first question I'll address is the travel is not a problem. I am local, so I can easily go to Sedona every night if you wanted, because I'm in the area, so it'd be about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minute drive. So that's not a problem. Travel, no problem. Going to Texas twice a year, not a problem. So the travel is not a problem. So I'll address that first. Second, background and next perfect role. My perfect role. Okay, my background in what I'm doing now, my background has been in education, art education, and studio art. So I'm actually trained as a studio artist and been teaching since 2005. So I've been basically working with people, advising them, talking to them, working with them. And that's what I've been doing for the last 20 years. I also have an insurance license. I actually sell insurance, health insurance, and which is interesting because although I think insurance does have its place, especially in an emergency, I do it. I agree with your philosophy, and I am definitely an advocate of alternative therapies. And I personally, I would love to see insurance cover all. I don't see why they can't cover all alternative therapies. You know. So, what really one of the things that struck me in the video or the webinar was how about the CMS saying that Medicare does not cover anything that's not medically necessary, which is basically preventive care. I would really like to change that. I think we can. I mean, hey, we're supposed to be for the people, government by the people. So I would really like to see that change. That said, anyway. My next perfect role, would be like an opportunity to really thrive in a company, grow with the company. Which that's what I like about this particular opportunity. I like the fact that we will be growing, developing, learning, building relationships, having an engaging interaction with customers, and that's what I want. I want to make a significant contribution, opportunity to earn, opportunity to learn, grow, earn, and make a difference to other people. Okay, difficult client engagement. Now, I actually have quite a few, but the one I want to share is one summer I was working at it's old time photo place in Sedona, and I had some people. I think they were from Bosnia. They were really the whole group, men and women. They towered over me. They were huge. They were just huge human beings. Anyway, we did a photo shoot, and then they sent back the biggest, baddest one of them came back in and harassed me, wanted free photos, and he was just really belligerent and aggressive, and it was like I actually felt intimidated. So what did I do? I just didn't light any fires. I made everything stay calm. I just gave them the free photos because really, the trade-off. I really feel like you need to make your customers happy. And what's the trade-off? The photos really don't cost us that much anyway. Even if I paid out of pocket on it, it just didn't cost that much to do the photos. So I had a happy customer. Now, of course, I think they did on purpose, to just try to pull the wool over my eyes. But it doesn't matter. Because I did see that he went back out and they were all laughing and having fun. And so they had fun with it. But I didn't escalate the situation, and it didn't go anywhere, and we just gave him the free photos. So minimum loss, they're really, what is it, $2 loss at the most. So no problem there, because I'll just make it up on the next sale. So Then okay, now another time when I had a time when, well, actually when I had to help somebody that was, actually it was, I was working with a high school. I was teaching high school classes, and I was working with a student who's clearly from a dysfunctional kind of background, because I could tell by what she was saying about her parent and step parent. And so anyway, I developed a relationship with her, and we were talking, and she actually wanted some help. Now she actually wanted to leave home and get out on her own. So I said, okay, I will try. I will do what I can to get some resources, because I was at the community college. They did have resources available. Now I did contact them. I got resources. Unfortunately, I was not. She cannot access them because she's underage. So I had to talk to her about that, and I said, "Look, they said, they want you to go to the counselor at the high school," and she doesn't want to because she's afraid of the parents. So I just said, "Well, yeah, look, your only choice is they won't do anything because of your age. So you either have to deal with what you're doing." And she only had a year to go, so she was 17, so she was just ready to move on, but she couldn't because of her age. So you could go to court and get emancipated, or you could, go to CPS, but see, even emancipation, she has to have someplace to live. So look, I talked to her and I said, you have a place to live, you have food to eat, they give you a ride to school. I know you got to put up with a lot of dysfunction, and you're probably going to have to go to counseling to straighten this all out. She goes, yeah, I know. And but actually, I talked to her, and the best thing for her was to just, go through the next year best as she could till she turns 18, and then she can be on her own. Then that's how that worked out. Okay. So I got that. Okay, a background in healthcare and functional medicine. Okay, so I do not have a specific background in healthcare and functional medicine. What I have is a lifestyle that incorporates alternative medicines of all kinds. Acupuncture. I have a list here of what I've done and continue to do. Acupuncture. I use herbs, massage therapy, whole foods diet, mostly organic. Actually, totally organic, because I just think there's too much glyphosate in non-organic foods, so I just go with organic. Let's see, I do yoga. I do yoga meditation every day. I also do some physical therapy reps every day. Use chiropractic, myofascial release, and I have done Tai Chi and Qigong and deep breathing for anxiety and just calmness, and just to stay calm and on a even level at all time, or as much as possible. Now, I feel aligned with what you're doing, because as I also mentioned earlier, I agree 100% with the philosophy behind the root cause. Go into the root cause. I am knowledgeable about what they are doing in the medical field. I totally disagree with it. In fact, I think the pharmaceuticals are what's driving a lot of the disease in the first place. And a lot of of course, alternative therapists and chiropractors and even massage therapists, these kind of people in this field, they all agree with me, and that's just the kind of philosophy that I have and always have had, like since the 70s. I've had it for a long time. I think we should all take more responsibility. We should all take responsibility, not take more responsibility, just take responsibility for our own health. Now, because I do work with clients that are Medicare patients or Medicare beneficiaries, I know that a lot of people don't take responsibility for their health. They give the doctor's responsibility, and they follow the doctor's orders. I disagree a lot of times, unless you have a doctor who understands nutrition and alternative therapies. If they don't incorporate it, I'm just not a believer in. I feel that the medical industry is good at diagnosing, or can be. They can be good at diagnosing. But I would not go with their remedies. I would say, okay, so now I have the diagnosis. Now I'll find my own remedies. That's what I do. Now, there's a lot of people I think that do that. But anyway, so I don't take medications. And I just don't believe in the medications. I really think medications are one of the biggest problems. And I believe that. So I do feel aligned with what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I think it's fantastic. I love it. I think it's great. So anyway, that is my 10. I wanted to go with 5 minutes, but it actually looks like it's 10. So anyway, hope you enjoy and hope to hear from you. Thank you. Bye.